The real truth of being silent. My friends, there is a profound truth that many overlook in the rush of daily life. Silence is not emptiness, but fullness. It is in silence that all things are born, for the greatest forces in life work unseen, unheard, and undisturbed. When you quiet the outer clamor and retreat into stillness, you tap into a power greater than you can imagine. In that silence, you are not alone. You are with the truest version of yourself, the self that creates, shapes, and molds reality. Silence is the gateway to creation. The world you experience is a reflection of the thoughts you have nurtured in quiet moments. Every great idea, every meaningful action, every transformation begins in the stillness of the mind. The thoughts you entertain in silence are the seeds that will inevitably blossom into your future. But there is more. Silence is not merely an absence of sound, it is a state of being. When you silence the doubts, fears, and distractions that clamor for your attention, you create space for the voice of your desires to emerge. This is the inner voice, the whisper of your true self. It does not shout or demand. It speaks softly, urging you to trust in its certainty. Mastering silence is mastering yourself. When you sit in stillness, you come face to face with your own power, the realization that you are the architect of your life. It is in these moments that you can observe your thoughts without judgment and redirect them toward the life you wish to create. Do not underestimate the strength of this quiet power. The world may rage around you, but silence can center you, grounding you in the truth of your being. The outer world is merely a mirror of your inner state. When your mind is calm and your heart is still, you find that even the most chaotic circumstances begin to harmonize. Let me leave you with this thought. The silence within you is not an absence, but a presence. It is the infinite potential of what you can be, do, and have. The real truth of being silent is not in retreating from the world, but in engaging it from a place of power, clarity, and purpose. Get me the answer as quickly as you can. The answer begins with the question, which of the following is true? So I urge you to make time for silence. Observe your thoughts, nurture your desires, and allow stillness to guide you. For in silence, the truth of who you are reveals itself, and in that truth lies your freedom. Silence is the most overlooked, yet profoundly powerful force in existence. It is not the absence of sound, but the presence of potential, a space where all creation begins. In silence, the seeds of every great thought, invention, and transformation are planted. The world may celebrate action and noise, but it is in the quiet moments that the foundations of life are laid. When you understand silence as more than an empty void, you begin to see it as the fertile ground where the unseen takes shape. Everything you experience in your external world was first born in the stillness of someone's mind. A sculptor envisions the statue before the first chisel strikes the stone. A writer sees the story unfold in the imagination before a single word is written. The act of creation, regardless of its form, originates in silence. It is here that ideas germinate, unhindered by distraction or doubt, and grow into tangible realities. The power of silence lies in its ability to focus the mind. In the noise and chaos of daily life, thoughts are scattered, jumping from one concern to another, often without direction. But when you embrace silence, the mind becomes like a calm lake, reflecting the clarity of the sky above. In this stillness, the currents of creativity flow freely, and inspiration rises effortlessly. You are no longer at the mercy of random, fleeting thoughts. Instead, you gain control over your inner world, shaping it with deliberate intention. Silence is not merely a passive state, but an active process of tuning in to a deeper dimension of yourself. It is a conscious decision to withdraw from external distractions and engage with the essence of who you are. In this state, you become acutely aware of the thoughts and beliefs that dominate your mind. You begin to notice patterns, both empowering and limiting, and realize that every thought carries the potential to create. The silence allows you to pause, reflect, and choose which thoughts to nurture, for they will become the blueprint of your reality. There is a divine intelligence within each of us that thrives in silence. It is the source of wisdom, creativity, and intuition. When you quiet the noise of the external world and listen to this inner voice, you access insights that seem to come from beyond yourself. These moments of clarity often feel like revelations, as if the answers were waiting for you all along, hidden beneath the surface of the mind. Ecstasy. The truth is, they were always there, but it is only in silence that you can hear them. The connection between silence and creation is evident in the natural world. Consider the stillness of a seed buried in the soil. It lies dormant, unseen, and untouched by the world above. Yet, in this quiet, hidden space, a miraculous transformation occurs. The seed begins to grow, drawing on the potential within itself to break through the soil and reach toward the light. Creation at its core mirrors this process. In silence, the potential within you is activated, and the life you desire begins to take form. Many people fear silence because it forces them to confront their innermost thoughts. In the absence of noise, the mind reveals its true nature, often unfiltered and raw. This can be uncomfortable, even unsettling, but it is also necessary. Silence is not about escaping your thoughts, but facing them with courage and curiosity. It is about observing them without judgment and recognizing their role in shaping your experience. In this way, silence becomes a tool for transformation, enabling you to let go of thoughts that no longer serve you and replace them with ones that align with your highest vision. The process of creation in silence is not limited to grand achievements or monumental ideas. It applies to every aspect of life, from the relationships you build to the goals you pursue. When you approach any situation with a silent mind, free from preconceived notions and distractions, you open yourself to possibilities that were previously obscured. Silence sharpens your perception, allowing you to see beyond the surface and uncover opportunities that might otherwise go unnoticed. Moreover, silence fosters patience and trust. In a world that demands immediate results, silence reminds you that creation takes time. Just as a seed does not sprout overnight, the ideas and intentions you plant in the silence of your mind require nurturing and care. This quiet waiting is not a passive act, but a deliberate choice to believe in the process, trusting that the unseen forces of creation are at work. Through silence, you also develop a deeper connection to the present moment. Noise and distractions often pull you away from the here and now, scattering your focus and energy. Silence, on the other hand, anchors you in the present, where all power resides. It is in this moment that you can consciously create, free from the limitations of past regrets or future anxieties. The stillness of silence allows you to align with the flow of life, moving with intention and purpose. In silence, you discover that creation is not something you do, but something you allow. It is not about forcing outcomes or struggling to make things happen, but about aligning with the natural rhythm of life. This alignment comes effortlessly when you embrace stillness, trusting in the unseen processes that guide all creation. Silence, then, is not just the gateway to creation, but the very foundation upon which all things are built. Silence, then, is not just the gateway to creation, but the very foundation upon which all things are built. The inner voice is the quiet compass that directs your life, but it is often drowned out by the noise of the external world. This voice is not loud, nor does it clamor for attention. It whispers gently, persistently, urging you to recognize your deepest desires and truest intentions. Yet to hear it, you must step into the sanctuary of silence, for it is in silence that this voice reveals its wisdom. 7. In the stillness of your mind, the noise of doubt and distraction begins to fade, and what remains is the clarity of your inner self. This voice is not something foreign or separate from you. It is the essence of who you are. It does not speak in fear or limitation, but in infinite possibility. When you learn to listen to it, you discover a guidance that is unshakable, a certainty that defies the chaos of the outer world. Your inner voice shapes your world because it is the voice of your beliefs, your dreams, and your intentions. Every word it speaks is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Over time, these seeds grow into the circumstances, relationships, and opportunities that define your life. If this voice is filled with doubt, fear, or negativity, it will create a world that reflects these qualities. That if it speaks in confidence, love, and purpose, it will shape a life that mirrors those same values. Many people mistake their inner voice for the voice of their fears, insecurities, or conditioning. These are not your true self, but the echoes of external influences that you have absorbed over time. The voice of your true desires is different. It is calm, steady, and unwavering. It does not criticize or condemn, but inspires and encourages. It reminds you of what you truly want, not what the world has told you to want. Silence is the key to discerning this voice from the chatter of the mind. In moments of stillness, you can observe your thoughts and separate the fleeting distractions from the deeper truths. You begin to notice patterns in your thinking, recognizing which thoughts are aligned with your highest self and which are mere noise. The more you practice this, the clearer your inner voice becomes, and the more confidently you can follow its guidance. Listening to your inner voice is not a passive act. It is an active process of trust and surrender. When you hear it whisper a desire or a vision for your life, it is inviting you to step into the unknown with faith. This voice often speaks of things that may seem impossible or out of reach, but it knows the truth of your potential. It sees beyond the limitations of your current circumstances and invites you to create a new reality. The people know that the secrets of your current circumstances and invites you to create a new reality. The world you experience is a reflection of the dialogue within you. If your inner voice speaks of abundance, joy, and possibility, your life will naturally align with those qualities. Conversely, if it is filled with negativity or lack, your external reality will mirror that as well. The good news is that you have the power to shape this voice, to nurture it with thoughts and beliefs that align with the life you wish to create. Silence allows you to commune with this voice and to consciously shape the conversation. In moments of stillness, you can affirm your desires, envision your goals, and feel the emotions of already having achieved them. This practice strengthens the inner voice and aligns it with the reality you wish to manifest. Over time, this alignment becomes second nature, and your life begins to transform in ways that feel effortless and natural. Further recommendations. Your inner voice is also a source of comfort and reassurance. In times of doubt or struggle, it reminds you of your strength and resilience. It is the quiet assurance that no matter what challenges you face, you have the power to overcome them. This voice is not bound by the limitations of the external world. It is connected to something greater, something infinite. It speaks from a place of knowing, and when you listen to it, you tap into that same knowing. The beauty of the inner voice is that it is uniquely yours. No one else can hear it, shape it, or silence it. It is your personal connection to your truth, your desires, and your purpose. The world may try to impose its expectations on you, but your inner voice will always guide you back to what is authentic and meaningful for you. It is the compass that keeps you aligned with your highest self, no matter how far you may stray. To fully embrace the power of your inner voice, you must commit to moments of silence. Make space in your life to retreat from the noise and listen deeply. Trust what you hear, even if it feels unfamiliar or daunting. Your inner voice knows the path to your greatest fulfillment, and it will never lead you astray. As you honor it, you will find that your world begins to shift, reflecting the truth of who you are and the desires that reside within you. Intention. In the silence of the mind, thoughts find their fertile ground, ready to take root and grow into the fabric of your reality. Like seeds planted in soil, each thought you nurture in stillness begins an unseen process of creation, one that will eventually manifest in your external world. It is in these quiet moments, free from the noise of distraction, that the mind becomes a powerful garden, capable of bringing forth beauty, abundance, and transformation. Stillness is not inactivity, but a space of immense potential. When you quiet the external noise and still the restless chatter of the mind, you create an environment where your thoughts can be observed, cultivated, and directed. In the absence of chaos, clarity emerges, and you become aware of the ideas that truly matter to you. These are the seeds worth planting, thoughts aligned with your desires, your purpose, and your highest self. Just as a gardener carefully selects the seeds to plant, you must be mindful of the thoughts you choose to dwell on in stillness. Not all thoughts serve you. Some may carry the weight of fear, doubt, or negativity. When planted in the fertile soil of the mind, such thoughts can grow into obstacles that hinder your progress. But when you consciously plant thoughts of love, confidence, and abundance, you set the stage for a life filled with those very qualities. Silence is the key ingredient in this process because it allows your thoughts to take form without interference. In the busyness of life, your mind is often pulled in multiple directions, leaving little room for focused intention. But in stillness, there is no competition for your attention. It is here that your thoughts can begin to expand, gather strength, and prepare to manifest. The growth of a thought in silence mirrors the natural rhythm of life. A seed does not sprout overnight. It requires time, care, and the right conditions to grow. Similarly, the thoughts you hold in stillness need patience and faith to unfold. You may not see immediate results, but trust that the process is underway. Each moment spent nurturing your thoughts in silence is an act of creation, one that will eventually yield visible results. Stillness also allows you to connect with the deeper emotions tied to your thoughts. A thought alone is a spark, but when combined with emotion, it becomes a flame. In silence, you can feel the joy, gratitude, or excitement of your desires, as if they were already realized. This emotional resonance amplifies the power of your thoughts, sending them out into the unseen realms where creation takes place. The more you feel aligned with your thoughts in silence, the stronger their roots grow and the more likely they are to blossom into reality. Like a gardener tending to the soil, you must also clear away anything that might hinder the growth of your thoughts. This means letting go of doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs that might choke the seeds you've planted. Silence provides the space to identify and release these mental weeds, ensuring that your thoughts have the freedom to grow without obstruction. This process is not about suppressing negativity, but about replacing it with thoughts that empower and uplift you. The beauty of stillness is that it is always available to you. No matter how noisy or chaotic the world around you becomes, you can retreat into the quiet of your mind and tend to the seeds of your thoughts. In this space, you are free to dream without limitation, to envision the life you desire, and to cultivate the thoughts that will bring it into being. This is your sacred garden, a place where you are both the creator and the caretaker. As your thoughts grow in stillness, you may begin to notice subtle shifts in your external reality. Opportunities appear, relationships transform, and circumstances align with the visions you have nurtured in your mind. These are not coincidences, but the natural result of the inner work you have done. The silence of your mind has set into motion forces that are now shaping your world, bringing forth the fruits of your focused intention. Stillness is not just a momentary retreat, but a practice that deepens over time. The more you cultivate silence, the more fertile your mind becomes for the growth of powerful, transformative thoughts. This is not a passive process, but an active engagement with your inner self. It requires intention, patience, and faith, but the rewards are immeasurable. How? Your thoughts, once mere seeds, blossom into the life you have envisioned, proving that the quiet moments you spent in stillness were the most creative and impactful of all. Silence is more than a pause. It is the space where self-discovery begins. In the absence of noise and distraction, you confront the essence of who you are. It is here in the stillness that you realize the incredible truth. You are the architect of your life. Every thought, every feeling, every belief you hold becomes a building block in the structure of your reality. Mastering silence, then, is not simply about quieting the world around you. It is about mastering yourself, the one who creates. When you sit in silence, you strip away the external influences that so often dictate your thoughts and actions. The opinions of others, the demands of society, and the ceaseless stream of information fade into the background. What remains is you, your pure, unfiltered self. This moment can feel both empowering and humbling, for you come to understand that the world you inhabit is not something imposed upon you, but something you have shaped, consciously or unconsciously, through your inner state. And hence, silence reveals the patterns of your mind. In the stillness, you observe the recurring thoughts that loop through your consciousness, many of which you may not have noticed before. These thoughts are the blueprints of your reality. If they are filled with fear, doubt, or negativity, they will manifest as obstacles and challenges in your life. If they are filled with confidence, love, and purpose, they will create opportunities, joy, and fulfillment. The act of mastering silence is the act of taking responsibility for these thoughts, choosing which to nurture and which to release. Mastering silence also requires patience and discipline. It is not always easy to quiet the mind, especially in a world that thrives on constant stimulation. But with practice, you learn to sit with your thoughts, neither clinging to them nor pushing them away. You become an observer, watching the ebb and flow of your mental landscape without judgment. This practice gives you the power to detach from thoughts that do not serve you and to focus on those that align with your highest vision. In silence, you discover the immense power of intention. When you consciously direct your thoughts toward what you desire rather than what you fear, you begin to rewrite the blueprint of your life. This process is not about forcing change, but about aligning with the natural creative power within you. Just as a builder works from a detailed plan, you craft your reality by holding a clear vision in your mind. Silence gives you the space to create that vision, to refine it, and to feel its truth before it becomes visible. The mastery of silence also brings with it a profound sense of freedom. You realize that you are not bound by your past, nor are you a victim of circumstance. In the stillness, you see that you have the power to choose your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. This realization is transformative because it shifts you from a position of reaction to one of creation. You are no longer at the mercy of external events. Instead, you become the conscious designer of your life. Silence is also a mirror, reflecting the truths you might otherwise avoid. It shows you where you have been holding on to limiting beliefs or unhelpful patterns. This can be uncomfortable, even confronting, but it is a necessary step in mastering yourself. When you face these truths with courage, you gain the power to change them. You learn to let go of what no longer serves you and to replace it with thoughts and beliefs that support the life you wish to create. Through mastering silence, you come to understand that the power to shape your reality has always been within you. External circumstances may change, people may come and go, and challenges may arise, but the core of your being remains constant. In silence, you reconnect with this core, the unshakable foundation of who you are. From this place of inner stillness, you can create a life that reflects your truest desires and highest purpose. The practice of silence is not about isolating yourself from the world, but about engaging with it from a place of clarity and strength. When you master silence, you carry its calm and certainty into every aspect of your life. Decisions become easier, challenges less daunting, and relationships more authentic. You act not from a place of reaction, but from a deep understanding of who you are and what you want to create. Mastering silence is ultimately an act of self-empowerment. It is the recognition that you hold the tools to shape your destiny and the discipline to use them wisely. In silence, you step into your role as the architect of your life, designing a reality that aligns with your inner truth and reflects the limitless potential within you. Yes. In a world filled with endless noise and activity, silence is a sanctuary, a sacred refuge where peace becomes not just a fleeting sensation, but a profound reality. Amid the clamor of the external world, the demands, distractions, and chaos, silence offers something rare, a chance to step away from the turbulence and reconnect with the stillness that resides within. It is not an escape, but a mastery, a path to finding peace that transcends the noise and remains unshaken regardless of what surrounds you. Enis. The noise of the world has a way of pulling you outward, fragmenting your attention and scattering your energy. It lures you into a reactive state, where your thoughts and emotions are shaped by external events beyond your control. Yet silence, by contrast, draws you inward. reuniting you with your center and restoring the calm that is your natural state. It reminds you that true peace does not come from controlling the external world, but from mastering your inner one. Stillness is not dependent on external conditions. It is a state of being you can access anywhere, anytime. In silence, you discover that peace is not something to be achieved, but something to be remembered. It has always been within you, waiting beneath the surface, hidden by the noise of thoughts and worries. When you quiet the mind, even for a moment, this peace rises naturally, like the sun emerging from behind the clouds. This peace rises naturally, like the sun rising from behind the clouds. The power of silence lies in its ability to create space. It opens a gap between you and the chaos, allowing you to observe it without becoming entangled in it. You begin to see that the noise of the world, whether it comes in the form of challenges, conflicts, or distractions, has no power over you unless you give it power. Silence gives you the perspective to choose your response, to act from a place of wisdom rather than reaction. In this way, it transforms how you engage with the world, replacing frustration with understanding and turmoil with clarity. In the stillness of silence, you reconnect with your true self, the unchanging core of who you are. This part of you is untouched by the chaos of the outer world. It remains steady, calm, and infinite. The more you rest in this stillness, the less the external noise affects you. Situations that once seemed overwhelming lose their intensity, and you find yourself meeting life with greater ease and grace. Silence empowers you to move through the world not as a victim of its chaos, but as a creator of your own calm. Silence also acts as a filter, helping you discern what is truly important amidst the noise. In a world that constantly demands your attention, it is easy to get lost in trivialities and distractions. But in stillness, you gain clarity. The unnecessary falls away, and what remains is what truly matters: your purpose, your values, your vision. This clarity becomes your compass, guiding you through the chaos with a sense of direction and focus that cannot be shaken. Even in the most chaotic of circumstances, silence is a reminder that you are never without control. You may not be able to change the events around you, but you can always choose how you respond to them. Silence gives you the space to pause, to breathe, and to decide. It is in this pause that you reclaim your power, turning what could be a moment of stress into a moment of strength. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and you find that peace is no longer something you seek, but something you carry with you. Through silence, you also discover the temporary nature of external chaos. Just as a storm eventually gives way to calm skies, the noise of the world comes and goes. It is not permanent, nor is it personal. When you observe it from the stillness within, you see it for what it is: a passing phenomenon that has no bearing on the eternal peace that resides in you. This realization frees you from the need to resist or fight against chaos, allowing you to move through it with a sense of detachment and ease. Silence does not mean disengaging from the world. It means engaging with it from a higher perspective. It is not about ignoring the noise, but transcending it, rising above it, so that it no longer defines your experience. In this way, silence becomes a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges. It strengthens your ability to remain calm under pressure, to find solutions in the face of problems, and to maintain your inner balance no matter what unfolds around you. A transcendent level of pressure, silence provides that kind of resiliency in which nothing becomes impossible. Stillness is the path to peace, because it reminds you of the truth. The chaos of the external world is not who you are. You are the stillness beneath it, the silence that holds it all. When you anchor yourself in this truth, the outer noise loses its grip on you. You become unshakable, grounded in the knowing that nothing outside of you can disturb the peace within. Your external world is a mirror, faithfully reflecting the state of your inner being. It is not separate from you, but a projection of the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs you hold within. When you cultivate a sense of inner quiet, this calmness radiates outward, transforming the circumstances, relationships, and experiences that make up your life. The calmer your inner state, the more harmonious and balanced your outer world becomes. For peace within inevitably creates peace without. Life often feels chaotic because the mind itself is restless, caught in an endless cycle of worries, doubts, and reactions. This internal turbulence spills over into your external reality, shaping it with the same discord. Situations become fraught with conflict, relationships feel strained, and opportunities seem elusive, not because the world is inherently unkind, but because it is responding to the noise within. Yet the moment you bring stillness to your inner world, everything begins to shift. Inner quiet is the foundation of harmony. It creates a space where clarity replaces confusion, where love supplants fear, and where confidence dissolves doubt. As you embrace this stillness, the world around you starts to reflect it. People respond to your calm presence with openness and kindness. Challenges are met with grace, and opportunities align with your intentions. This is not magic. It is the natural law of resonance. What you carry within you shapes what you encounter without. The power of inner quiet lies in its ability to center you. In a noisy mind, thoughts scatter like leaves in the wind, pulled in every direction by external events. But in the stillness of inner quiet, your thoughts align, and your energy becomes focused and purposeful. This centeredness creates a magnetic quality, drawing to you the people, situations, and experiences that resonate with your calm and balanced state. The world becomes less of a battleground and more of a canvas, reflecting the peace you have cultivated within. When your inner state is calm, you also gain the ability to respond rather than react. Reactions are often born out of fear, frustration, or haste, and they tend to perpetuate the very chaos you wish to avoid. But a calm inner state allows you to pause, to observe, and to choose your response consciously. This deliberate action creates ripples of harmony in your outer world, as each interaction and decision is guided by wisdom rather than impulse. Over time, these ripples grow into waves, transforming your life in profound ways. Inner quiet also fosters a sense of trust, both in yourself and in the unfolding of your life. When your mind is still, you can hear the subtle whispers of intuition, guiding you toward the right path. This inner knowing eliminates the need for force or struggle, allowing you to move through life with a sense of ease and flow. As you trust yourself, the world mirrors this trust back to you in the form of supportive people, synchronistic events, and opportunities that seem to appear effortlessly. Moreover, a calm inner state enhances your ability to see the beauty and abundance already present in your life. In the chaos of a restless mind, it is easy to overlook the gifts around you, to focus on what is lacking rather than what is abundant. But in stillness, gratitude arises naturally, and with it comes a sense of fulfillment and joy. This shift in perspective amplifies the harmony in your outer world as you attract more of what you appreciate and celebrate. The process of cultivating inner quiet is both simple and profound. It begins with moments of stillness, with pausing to breathe, reflect, and reconnect with yourself. These moments do not need to be long or elaborate. Even a few minutes of quiet each day can have a transformative effect. Over time, this practice deepens, becoming not just an action but a state of being. You carry your calm with you into every situation, and the world responds in kind. It is important to remember that the outer world is not your adversary. It is a reflection, a teacher, showing you where your inner work lies. If chaos appears, it is not a punishment but a signal, inviting you to look within and restore the balance. Each moment of discord is an opportunity to return to your center, to create harmony within, so that it may be reflected without. This perspective shifts your relationship with challenges, transforming them from obstacles into stepping stones toward greater peace. As your inner quiet grows, so too does your sense of connection with the world around you. You realize that the harmony you cultivate within not only benefits you, but also ripples outward, touching the lives of others. Your calm presence becomes a source of comfort and inspiration, encouraging those around you to find their own stillness. In this way, your inner quiet contributes to the collective harmony, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. Ultimately, the calmer your inner state, the more harmonious your outer life becomes. This is not a theory, but a truth you can experience for yourself. As you nurture stillness within, watch as your world transforms, becoming a reflection of the peace, clarity, and joy you carry in your heart. The power is always within you, waiting to shape a life that mirrors the calm and harmony of your inner being. In the tapestry of life, silence weaves the threads of creation, connection, and transformation. It is not merely the absence of sound, but the presence of something profound. The stillness where thoughts take root, desires are revealed, and the essence of who you are comes into focus. Through silence, you discover the gateway to creation, the whispers of your true desires, and the fertile soil in which your thoughts blossom. You come to see that mastering silence is mastering yourself, transcending the chaos of the outer world and creating harmony from within. The world reflects your inner state, and as you cultivate stillness, it mirrors back peace, clarity, and abundance. Silence becomes your sanctuary, your guide, and your power, enabling you to align with the infinite potential that resides within. It is through this inner quiet that you realize you are the architect of your life, capable of shaping a reality that resonates with your highest vision. A resoluteness that resonates with your highest vision. Let this journey into stillness remind you of the profound truth. Everything you seek begins within. The calm you nurture in silence is not just for moments of meditation or reflection, but a state of being that you carry into every aspect of your life. In embracing silence, you embrace your true self. And in doing so, you transform not only your world, but the world around you. This is the real power of silence. Peace that transcends, quiet that creates, and stillness that reveals the limitless creator you have always been. End of preface. And this is the real power of silence.